I'm sweating, mate. It's so hot. Shouldn't have worn a black t-shirt, to be fair. Right, guys, welcome back to Tasty Business. Firstly, it's bloody hot here in London, and so obviously we're cooking outside on the barbecue. I'm going to show you how to make Secreto Iberico with a grilled red pepper salsa, and that's going to be served with some crunchy shoestring potato fry kind of scenario. Summer dish. Big Italian pepper. This we're just going to grill till we burn all the skin, cook the flesh. We're going to peel it, and then we're going to dice it, put it in the salsa. I mean, look at the size of it. It's weighty. It's got girth. Summer ingredient. Use it when it's good. So I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on there. Season it, a little bit of salt. Some salt will go, because the skin cracks and then the flesh is exposed, and so, salt will get into the flesh, so you're giving it a season. Okay, on the barbie. So all we're doing is we're just cooking the outside so that we can take the skin off, and making sure it's cooking slowly enough that the pepper, it's a big pepper, we want it cooked, we don't want it too raw. So we're also just going to blacken up this chili so we can peel it, and that's going to go in the salsa as well. They're cooked now, black skin all over. Time to take them off. What we're going to do, put them in this plastic container, just because it's got a lid, and they're just going to sit and steam. So you can just put it in a bowl, cover with a towel. I just leave that, we're just going to leave that to steam for like 10-15 minutes, and then the skin will release easier. So the peppers have been in the box for 10 minutes, just chilling out. Take them out, still real hot. You can see this skin is just going to push away very easily. Okay, so that's why we've rested them. So you got your pepper, just cut it open, sort of down one of the high sides. I mean, you can see how much steam's coming out, but it's hot, so just cut around here. Take this top part off. And you can see not too many seeds, and we'll just get rid of this water as well, because it's quite a big pepper. I'm going to deal with it in sections. This bit of pith, you can take that out. So flip it over, just scrape off that skin, and we're just left with beautifully cooked flesh of the pepper. It's just going to be nice and smoky from the charcoal. You can, if you don't have a barbecue or you don't have a gas hob, you can just roast them in the oven at a really high heat to get that sort of black effect all over. I mean, the difference between like a supermarket pepper and this, there's no comparison really. So good, it's sweet. I got this from my local greengrocer. But yeah, I mean, it makes such a difference. You buy all the nice lemons there. It's a bit more expensive, obviously, but you get what you pay for, bloody hell. Sharp knife will do you good on this as well. Chili, nice and burnt, quickly. You can pinch the top off. That comes off, and then you can just slide like it'll come out like a little jacket. Chili condom. We're just gonna slit this, just the top layer, and scrape all the seeds out, okay? You get enough heat because you've cooked the chili with the seeds in. So a lot of that sort of transpires into the flesh because it's steaming inside. So that's chili nicely finely diced, a lot finer than the pepper obviously. That goes in there. Okay, so peppers and chili diced. But we're going to dice one red onion, raw. One that contrasts in roasted, raw and sharp. spicy, you know. So this is providing a little bit more texture. Top and tail the onion. So you can come in, tip of the knife, hold the onion. I'm just going to make going quite fine. You make a couple of, you don't need to do too many on this angle. So 2. Okay. Obviously nice sharp knife required. So that's pretty much the only wastage, that's just the root. Okay, so this onion done. And then just repeat with the other half of the onion. It's now time to season it up and finish the salsa. Going in some flaky sea salt, good few pinches. Then some red wine vinegar, like a few tablespoons. It all depends on how, you know, it's using tasting. You can't take the vinegar out. Then we've got olive oil. The last thing to go in is smoked paprika. It's probably about like half a teaspoon. It's all about tasting, because if you don't like the taste of the hot smoked paprika, then you don't have to put that in. But if you haven't tasted it before you put that in, then you don't really know. So that needs a bit more red wine vinegar and a touch of sugar. Okay, it's nice and spicy. It's got a nice spice to it. Teaspoon of sugar probably. Then again, going in for a taste. I think that's spot on. It's going to go really well with the pork. It's going to go banging with the pork. It's going to bang bang. Yeah. Potatoes, we're making little tiny thin sort of shoestring fry kind of things. You know, we're going to load up the pork, carve the pork, salsa on top of the pork, then crispy potatoes on top. Fucking, how good does that sound? All you need to do is peel the potato, and then I'm going to use a mandolin, and I would recommend, if you don't have one, having one. Just great for all the slicing jobs that you need to do in the kitchen. So if you want to get something really fine, like say if you're shaving fennel for a salad or something, it just comes out perfect every time. So potatoes, just take them long side, and we're just going to slice. I've set this to 2 or 3 mil. Careful with the mandolin, they are unforgiving. Stack them up in like piles, probably like a third of the potato in each pile. This is an agria potato, very good for chipping. It's the same ones I used for the gnocchi a few weeks back. Because I don't want them really, really long, so I'm not going to cut the fries that way. I'm going to cut them like sort of on the angle. I want them longer than that, but not as long as that, so I'm just going to cut them on the angle. So you want to make sure you're getting a nice baton. And then we're going to chuck these straight in the water. Because we're putting them in water because we want to wash off the starch from the potato before we fry them. Because if we put them straight in the oil like that, they'll just all stick together. They'll be really, really gloopy. Oh, my back is getting really hot now. Sun is beating down. I think this is the first sunny day we've had, isn't it, Rollo? So now you've got all the potatoes cut into the chips. They need to go in the water, and we need to just rinse them off. So you see how that water was clear? Even just as I put it in, it's gone cloudy. We're washing off all the starchy liquid from the potato where we've cut it. So basically, if we didn't do that, all the potatoes would stick together when you're frying them, because we're not blanching them or anything like that. We're going to go straight in the oil. Because we're washing them, we're going to have to dry them. Oh, it's quite refreshing now. Oh. Oh, it's fucking hot, mate. Jesus. Okay, so now we'll take those potatoes are washed, take them out, just give them a good dry before we put them in the oil. No, perfect, lovely, it's absolutely. Right, should we go in? The oil is at around 180. But you don't want it to boil over, so don't chuck in too many at a time. Have a tray with a towel ready. Just give the oil a good stir. So obviously the potatoes want to be thin enough that they're going to lose all their moisture. We don't want them to get golden before they've fully cooked, because we want them crispy. Yeah, we're just looking for texture really. This is, well, no, texture and flavour, mate. Boom. Right, they can come out now. So see, they're just starting to go golden, not dark. Season it with a little bit of fine sea salt. Fine sea salt, because it'll just stick to the potato nicely. Tasty. Can't beat fried potatoes really, can you? Okay, so potatoes are done. Yeah, beautiful crisp. And the salsa, yeah? Beautiful. So, all we got to do now is cook the pork. The Secreto, which is a secret cut, shoulder cut of the Iberican pig. There's a flat, really flat muscle. All the muscle fibers are going that way. Okay, so we're just literally gonna salt this onto a really hot grill. We don't want to cook it till it's like completely well done. Like this, the beauty of this cut is it's thick at this end, and it goes down to being really thin at this end. So you get lots of different sort of textures and cooks on the meat. So this is nice and crispy, whereas this might be a bit pink. So should we cook it? What we want to do here is just season up the pork. The Secreto Iberico. So this is Iberico pork, so it's fed on. It's the stuff you get ham on, the pigs you get ham on from. It's fed on acorns, so that's where it gets this really like sort of nutty, beautifully rich flavour. Should we grill it? Oh, it's going to take only a couple of minutes. We're just going to cook it till it's crisp on one side. Flip it again on the other side. Done. It's such an easy. I mean, you really can't fuck this up. Salt on the grill, hot grill, and you're cooking it till you get a nice colour. Turn it, nice colour, bosh, off. See how it's like, see that crispiness on top. That's done. You see it's nice and crisp on top. And you can just, what you can do is just touch that. That wants to feel a bit of spring back, but we're just gonna let that rest again. It's really important. This is a quick cook, so it's like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. So definitely give that a couple of minutes rest. Okay, beautiful. So this has been nicely rested. Carving knife. See that? All the juices, all the fat coming into the tray. Delicious. This I always think is best thinly sliced. Look at that. Perfect. Beautifully pink. This bit here is unbelievable because you just get, there's like a little fatty chain going which connects the top part to this flatter part. And then obviously as we move down it's getting more cooked because this is thinner, but we like that. Hot top, you can get it all on there. Got a little bit of resting juices in there, in the pork, from the pork. So always use those up, always. Anything in the tray, use it up. Okay, now with the salsa, spoon that over Look at all those lovely juices from the salsa. And now we can just go load it up with these crispy potatoes. That, my friends, is fucking tasty business. So obviously that's not for one person, unless you're very hungry. Like that, spoon it on. Might just pop a bit of that juice on there. Great flavours. I mean, the pork's juicy, and that smoky, spicy salsa is just cutting through all that fattiness from the pork and the fried potatoes. It's pork, potatoes, and a burnt salsa. It's delicious. Sunshine food. Get out on the barbecue. It's heavenly.